the experience we had last year, which we don't want to talk about, we'll beat them 60
I don't
to
remember
nothing
last
because
year.
we're going to blind them with Crimson Tide
She's
Blue.
not too.
That's awesome.
So
I
we
think
have-
that's great.
We've sent that to the coaching staff, so we're hoping that everybody will support us on that. But anyway, enough of that crazy nonsense. But Lisa and I do love to tell you, you can go get something to make somebody smile just because.
That's
just because
true.
you want to say thank you, I appreciate you, I love you, or maybe you need to say I'm sorry. That works too.
Well, that happens too, right?
It does work. But anyway, our good friends at Hudson Pool, 40 years they've been serving this great community. They're a family-owned, wonderful local business, and you can take advantage of their wonderful value, wonderful merchandise. And if you're out of town, like many of you are listening to us, you can go to hudsonpool.com. You don't need to go to some crazy site. Go to hudsonpool.com. If you're going to be online, go to hudsonpool.com.
People you can trust.
Oh,
Exactly.
absolutely. And
That's exactly right.
If you go online, they wrap it for you before they mail it to you.
Isn't that nice?
So go see our friends at Hudson Pool Jewelers. Tell them Lisa and Johnny sent you, and just go put a smile on somebody's face today, just for the fun of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll
why not?
Tide.
Roll Tide. Okay, guys, in case you're just now joining us, we are joined in the studio by our very first guest of our Breast Cancer Awareness Series. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Katrina Kiefer, who is the CEO of the DCH Health System. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. This is really a lot of fun.
I love this, and I just wanted to point out real quick before we get started. So Johnny and I attended the DCH Health Fair. And one of the representatives, I'll just tell you what it's called, is the Breast Cancer Navigators. She said some things to me, and it just stuck in my brain, and it was so impressive. And so we'll get to what is a Breast Cancer Navigator in a minute. But she said to me, we just need to make sure that these women get their scans.
That's right.
And it's like the words hung in the air, and I was so impressed. It's just so many emotions and so many, talk about DCH removing barriers. Thank you so much for everything you all do for the community. And I want to read just a little thing. I kept this stuff I showed Katrina from the DCH Health Fair. Breast Cancer Navigators help guide patients through and around barriers in the complex cancer care system to help ensure timely diagnosis, treatment, and support. Navigators provide the vision that gives hope by overcoming the barriers of cost, fear, and misinformation surrounding breast cancer and its prevention. Thank you for everything you all do for this community, Katrina.
Thank you. We are proud of our participation in prevention measures. It seems a little counterintuitive that the hospital where you're supposed to come where you get sick.
I never thought of it that way. I would not have thought of that.
We truly believe in investing in our community for early prevention. Our community is going to be a much stronger, healthier place if we can get more people scanned early and deal with early stages of breast cancer instead of later stage disease.
I would agree with that. So personal testimony, I've had scans out there before. It's a nice place.
Yeah, it is. We are very proud of our both our Northport and our regional locations, and are proud to be able to offer free screenings for mammograms for women in need in our community, and have also added walk-in hours for any time.
Really?
So, yes, at either facility from 9 to 11 or 1 to 2:30 each day. You don't even have to have an appointment. If you're just riding down the road and something in your head says, you know what, I really need to go get my scan, and I've got 30, 45 minutes. I probably just ought to stop by.
That's
just stop
incredible.
by. And you do need a physician's order. So if you need to get a physician's order, we have our Live Well Primary Care Clinic that's accepting new patients, and you can stop by and get an order and then just stop by at your leisure. So we just want to make this easier for people to get their scans.
You're meeting people where they are.
That's right.
Oh,
One-stop shopping.
One-stop shopping.
That's a good idea.
And this year, speaking interpreter at each of those times.
Oh.
Last year and I guess this is my third year here. The last 2 years, we've had one evening where the Spanish-speaking community was welcomed, and we had interpreters at every station. This year, for all of the times that we're offering these screenings, 7th, 16th, 22nd, and 31st, we're going to try really hard to have Spanish-speaking folks there. Our population who really may have even more questions or more barriers or more fear and anxiety about coming to get their scan. So we really, it's an
You
important
think of Jenny
community for
Bice?
us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I was going. We need to help get this word out. We're connected to
An
one of the
influencer,
most extensive
bilingual.
Hispanic
Mhm.
influencers, and we need to get the word out so we can spread that word, because our Hispanic population is growing,
It is.
and that's a very important step. But you know, since you've been here, I've seen a lot of forward-looking thinking, a lot of vision from you and your team. I know you
Thank
give credit to your team, but DCH has really become, what's the word I'm looking for? I think of a star that's
A
just
destination.
exploding through the sky because so many good things are happening at our health system. And I point to you because you've brought a new, fresh approach. And I know the team has, because I know a few of them.
Right.
And
And there's
folks-
several people who have been here, and I say they've been bleeding DCH blue for a long time.
forever.
But we
And
needed to give visibility to their work
That's
and
right.
also augment rebuilding the trust of our community. And we have to earn that. And some
you're
of that
doing
is,
that. I just wanted to
Well,
insert that
thank
because the Manderson Center is so important.
it is.
It's part of the health system. And Lisa, can I give a testimony?
Please do.
Yeah, let me give my own testimony about DCH.
Please.
This is a little off the subject, but I had my prostate surgery at DCH. Absolutely an excellent. I had no problems. It was a beautiful experience. I guess that sounds strange, but it just wasn't that big of a deal. It worked, and I'm clean. You know.
Awesome.
The other thing I wanted to mention, and it is off the subject, cancer, but DCH heart unit saved my life,
Wow.
because my doctor had caught me going into a heart attack mode, got me into the heart unit, 5 days there. And I ended up having surgery robotically at another hospital in Birmingham, because that's where my surgeon was. But I want to do a comparison for you real quick. I won't name the other hospital unless you ask me to, and I will. DCH heart unit was 100 times better, cleaner, friendlier, more responsive. The other place was dismal, unresponsive, and I couldn't wait to get out of there. So, folks, DCH is all about excellence as far as I'm concerned. I know a lot of folks who have benefited from DCH's care. And I just wanted a chance to say thank you also,
Well, thank
because I'm one that's benefited myself. And a personal experience is always the best testimonial. And really appreciate, and we appreciate you being here today too. So
Well, thank
let's
you.
let's get back to
We're
Lisa.
proud. I do have to say we are very proud of our cardiac program and our heart unit.
it is fabulous.
I would put our nurses on that heart unit up with anyone. Our cath labs are spectacular. And we're very proud of that service line. We have a new surgeon that will be here in January. And so we just look to continue to augment what we have and continue to grow that. We really are a cardiac center for excellence, and we really need to be that
Well,
and continue to be that for our
I
community.
cannot
and
say-
continue to grow
I can't say
interventional
enough, because
cardiology.
the Birmingham experience was dismal. The DCH experience, I'd go back for anything, quite frankly. And matter of fact, I have to go see my cardiologist in the morning for my annual checkup.
All
which
right.
He's going to say, "What are you doing? You're really doing good."
That's right. That's right. But you're going to your follow-up appointment, and I think that's so
That's
important.
very
And
important.
so as we think about
I
early
agree.
detection, we also think about follow-up care and ensuring. If you
Exactly.
think about longevity and making sure that if anything is needs to be tweaked, that you've got your appointments.
I agree with that. We are up against a break, and I want to get to some
Great.
other things right after that. But guys, you've been listening to the Noon Show on Catfish 100.1. Don't go away. We will be here right back. I do have a question.
Mhm.
I
Thank y'all
read.
for
I
letting me
read
insert
this.
something.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Thank
sure.
you. I love
Well,
that.
I wanted to give a testimony.
Thank you. I appreciate
But
that.
two things. So, what are the age ranges recommended? I think it's 40 to 74 for mammograms. Is
It's
that right?
40. In our program, you can get one
Every 2 years.
Yeah, you can get them annually or every 2 years.
Does it
But
depend on your insurance
or your risk factors, or if you have dense breast, or
Well,
there are a lot of other factors.
we just have that
Okay.
conversation too. But why is it? Do you know? Happen to know why it stops at 74
No, I always just talk about where it starts. I don't talk about where it stops. So
at age 40? Okay.
I just say you start at age 40. And then when we talk about,
I was wondering. I had not researched that part because I just saw it yesterday when I was getting my scans. It was like, oh, I'm like, what do you mean 40 to 74?
yeah, and then I was gonna say, there's somewhere that's 25 or older is something that's required. I had something written down on that.
So we should talk about that and then get more in depth. I'd like to take more in depth on the whole breast cancer navigator.
Yes, and the multi-specialty clinic and all
program,
the
I guess
things.
you could
Yeah.
say, right?
Mhm.
And then what? I mean, it's your segment, so it's, you tell me if there's something.
Yeah, well, if I'll
no matter
just-
how like first.
No, that's good. I'll just start. We'll just go from there. We'll start about our multi-specialty clinic and all the things.
You start with the clinic,
No. You
No,
start with
okay.
Navigator,
Yeah.
and the Navigators
The
are part of
Navigator,
a multi-specialty
and
clinic
if
that
we
we
can
just started.
highlight the ages and like you said, risk factors, that's totally relevant because I don't have a grasp on it. I just kind of go because I know I'm supposed to go
Okay.
myself. So
I'll do one quick commercial.
Okay.
And I'll do it. pretty quick.
Jenny Bice, she's
Oh.
got a lot of followers. She is bilingual on Facebook. Came on to Tuscaloosa, and she's added English once at Tuscaloosa.
Oh, great.
So I could even, if you had something, she'll let me drop things in. I mean, you could probably drop things in her thing. But if you need somebody who's bilingual,
She's the broadest Hispanic
great.
influencer in town.
yes,
Easily.
What's her first name?
Jenny, Jenny,
Wow.
Vice, V-I-C-E.
Vice. And she actually
My
worked.
Spanish teacher's
Yeah.
name was Judy Vice.
Judy Bice?
In the eighth
How
grade.
interesting. She was born in Mexico, moved to the United States when she was 4, I think she said, or
She
something
was
like that.
young. I remember
And
that.
then learned English through ESL.
Yes.
But I met her through a lady that I know from El Salvador, Barbie Parrish. She's got Family Against Bullying. I don't know if you've heard about that. But Barbie grew up speaking both. And I didn't realize that because I had to ask Jenny, I said, do you think in Spanish or English? She thinks in Spanish. Barbie says, I don't really know. I think I just speak Spanglish. But she can go back and forth just with, there's no issue at all.
That's awesome.
Doesn't even hesitate. But I think Jenny translates, She is awesome. She speaks really good English. But both. Yeah.
723-0731 or message us on the Catfish Tuscaloosa app. Now here's Lisa.
Welcome back to the Noon Show
Yeah,
with
welcome
Lisa and
back.
Johnny. Thank you so much for being part of our wonderful little Noon Show family, which actually, believe it or not, is all over the world. We just cannot get over that idea, but
Yeah.
we have wonderful listeners everywhere, and we appreciate that. That's why we're here, is to try and connect everyone to stories that maybe will be of benefit, maybe it'll inspire you, maybe it'll educate you. We hope it will entertain you too. So thank you for being part of our little crazy show. I know we call it the fun show. Anyway.
It is the Noon Show, fun show.
But folks, if you're now, let me tell you something. This is our first original sponsor, and they're still so faithful to us, and that's our good friends at Bryant Bank.
Yes.
I mean, there is not a better organization anywhere that can work with you as an individual, a family, small business. Maybe you're looking for a mortgage for that new home. Bryant Bank is the place to go, because the Bryant difference is all about excellence. It's all about customer service. It's all about being part of the Bryant family, because when you sit down with a Bryant banker, you're sitting down with a friend that's going to work with you just like your family. And can't ask for more than that. And if you want to be a customer, it is so easy. As a matter of fact, we encourage you to do it. I've been a customer since they opened their doors 20 years ago. And let me tell you, they are the best of the best. And you can meet a Bryant banker and find out about the Bryant difference just by stopping at any one of their locations. Their headquarters on McFarland, remember, they are a true community-based bank, but they have convenient locations in Northport, North River, and in beautiful downtown T-Town. And we appreciate those folks so very much. An entrepreneurial workshop
Oh,
with us at the
yeah.
Noon Show in Town Square on October the 24th.
Yep.
So be listening for details starting next week.
No doubt. So in case you're just now joining us, we have the CEO of the DCH Health System, Katrina Kiefer. She is our first guest as part of our breast cancer awareness series. And we were talking off the air. And I admitted to Katrina, I said, I go and get my just because I know I'm supposed to. And I said, you're supposed to start at age 40, right? She said, well, the answer is basically it depends. Could you expand on that answer a little bit?
Yeah,
please?
I think you should talk to your primary care physician. I think
Yeah.
everyone over 40 for sure should
Yes.
get a scan.
Yes.
and begin their scans, but it can be sooner if you have history, if you're having any trouble, if you have any troublesome lumps that you can feel through self-detection at home. Your physician may encourage you to start sooner.
So that is really a case by case basis. You need to have a good sort of, I don't say working, but working
Yeah.
relationship sort
With
of,
your
you know,
physician
with your
and-
physician, primary care. Yeah.
That's right. And many people I found in Tuscaloosa, as you talk about being forward thinking and thinking about what we need, a lot of people in Tuscaloosa don't have a primary care physician. And so we're very pleased that we opened our first primary care clinic in August. And we
Is
have-
that at Regional or Northport?
it is in the medical tower adjacent to Regional.
Okay.
In Suite 810, we've got Dr. Michael Baldick and Dr. Lindsay Steele,
Okay.
and they are accepting new appointments. And if you want to get in quickly and you think, gosh, I might have an opportunity, you can give them a call at 205-343-8070 to schedule an appointment. And so that is our Live Well Primary Care Clinic. We've got Dr. Marcy Radke, who's also going to be joining us in November. She actually went to the shelter and adopted Winston last Friday.
Oh, yay!
She has adopted a new pup since she's been in Tuscaloosa, and she starts in early November. So we're just pleased to begin building our primary care team so that we can be there for our community and do things like help develop relationships
Yes.
with the community and help them to get their screening order so that they can stop by during open hours if they'd like. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is always a great time to get your scan, but for me, I always do mine in January because my birthday's in January. And
Me
it's
too,
a good,
Katrina.
it's a good reminder.
Yeah.
And so I try to go to my OBGYN and my primary care physician and get my order. I have to admit, last time I got my order when I went to the doctor, but it took me a while to actually go get my appointment. And so instead of calling, I thought, well, I'm going to test this walk-in theory. And so one afternoon, I had a meeting that got over early, and I thought, well, I'm just going to walk over there and see how this goes. And it was a great experience.
Good.
But I do encourage everyone that's 40 or over for sure to go get your first one. And then you can talk with your physician if they think you should get one every other year or every year. Sometimes if you have family history or you have dense breast that they would find on your first scan, that they might want to see you more often. So just let that be an ongoing conversation.
I was reading those, speaking of dense breast tissue. I think I told everybody I got a scan yesterday. There's stuff everywhere to read, but dense breast tissue is really not uncommon.
That's right. I have it. My mother happens to be a breast cancer survivor of almost 20 years now. So I'm pretty religious about getting my mammogram. My sister is as
Same.
well. But that, hadn't had a problem. I had a scare one time, but ended up just being the angle or the way that it portrayed to the radiologist.
Yeah,
So-
I have that too, and it was kind of scary because I didn't know that it was common because I had not seen the brochure or what have you. So it's hopefully someone listening to the show today is hearing us talk about that.
Yeah, and not to be
Yeah.
scared again as part of, you talked about you want to talk about breast navigators.
I
When you think
do.
about how scary it is when somebody tells you have dense breast tissue and that, we might need to do another
I think
scan
something might
next
be
year.
really
You
wrong
might
with
think
you. Yeah.
something might be really wrong. Could you imagine how you feel if they told you that they see a spot and they're pretty sure it's cancer? That's a really scary moment. And that's when we want to get them in as quickly as possible to meet with a nurse navigator so that that they can help them through that process.
Well, so Katrina, we as people, and of course as women too, have different things that we're afraid of. So I'll tell you, before I turned 40, I was probably a little afraid just because I'm one of those scaredy cats, we'll say, to be nice about it. And before I did it, the first time, I just made myself do it. I was kind of scared. I was a little afraid. My palms were probably sweating, but I can tell you, y'all, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And another thing I want to tell you, so I was talking to the technician yesterday, and I knew this, but I was just confirming. Just so you know, they're taking those scans, and you get different views. They are looking, making sure it's good before you move, right? And make sure you've got a clear image. They can't
Right.
read the image for you. That's a physician's
That's
job. So I'm just telling you, so you don't have to come back unnecessarily. It's
That's
just so you know, they are paying attention to make sure you have clear images. And it's, I don't know, I don't want to say it's not a big deal, but it's really,
It's easy.
it's an everyday,
Once you
really,
do
they
it-
make it easy.
Yeah, once you do it and once you come in, I think our staff is great to help you feel at ease, even
They
when
do.
you are nervous.
They do.
And just, they do this every day, but they really try hard to meet patients where they are. Some people have never done this. and they want to meet them where they are. And some people have done it 1,000 times, and they can prop their arm up on that machine. And
I know that's
they're
me. It's not
ready
I'm like
to
it's no
go,
big. It's
and
no
it's
big.
just easy. And so we are real pleased.
Yeah,
that
I would
make people
agree.
where
I
they
want,
are.
I want to make one quick comment. Johnny's got something to say too, but and not every woman is a mother, but if you can have a baby, you can have a mammogram, right? I mean,
That's
it's
right.
a lot easier.
That's right.
Yeah, and you said something during the break that I did not know. And for a man, you know, what I encourage is make sure you're getting that prostate checked.
That's right.
Do those screening, do those I can't say the word.
Colonoscopies.
Colonoscopies. I mean, that's just good medicine, good sense. But you told me during the break that men get breast cancer.
That's right.
I don't think I've ever been told
Do
that.
men generally get a scan? How is it discovered?
How does that work?
Usually a man or the man that I know has told his story many times, because think about being a man in all that pink
Yeah.
in the waiting room. But he felt a spot that just didn't feel right and went to his primary care physician, and they had him go get a mammogram. And he said it was the weirdest feeling, because he was in there with all the women and all the pink, and they called for Mrs. his name instead of him. And he was like, well,
Bless his
I'm
heart.
not.
I
And
hate to hear
it was
that.
just so odd for him. But he was so glad he did. He had a lumpectomy, had treatment, and he's doing fine. So, you know, if men out there, if you happen to be, you know, you might be working out and feeling like a weird muscle or something in your chest, don't be afraid to identify those things when you go to your physician, because men can get breast cancer too. Now, women can't get prostate cancer because they don't have
we
one.
don't. I understand that. But
Good point, Katrina. Yeah.
I think the point.
I'm not a doctor.
Me either, but you're right about
The
that.
point both of you made is to everyone listening, do those early screenings.
That's
Do
right.
that annual
Yes.
checkup with your primary.
Yes.
If you don't have a primary care, DCH has solved the problem for you.
That's
You
right.
can
We're
go
gonna continue
find
to do
one
that.
now, but just make sure you're taking care of yourself, folks. And that means
Yeah.
early detection, screenings, those healthcare visits. I mean, yeah, it takes a long
Yes.
time to get appointments sometimes, but what if you didn't get an appointment and something happened? I mean, it's worth the wait, folks.
Well, I'll just tell you, it doesn't
Yeah.
take you a long time to get an
Yeah,
appointment anymore.
yeah,
And you got
not-
walk-in hours.
That's
so
right, you
at both
do.
regional and
That's
Northport,
right.
9 a.m. until noon on weekdays, and then also again 1 to 2:30. So you might need to get in to get your primary care, get your order written, and walk on in. So
And
we're
I'm
going
just
to
gonna
eliminate
say-
as many barriers as we
Yes, that's what it's about. And I'm telling you, I mean, I've only been to regional, but that's a nice place.
can. It really
And
is.
they have seasoned professionals. They've got the best equipment, and they know what they're doing. They get you in, they get you out. It is truly not a big deal. And I want to talk a little bit more. So there could be other fears that we might, like what, you know, we can have to talk more about that after the break. Fears
Okay.
and barriers.
Yes.
But you know, a fear of the mammogram is not a thing.
Doesn't
y'all.
need to be it. Don't be
That is not a
fearful
thing.
of the screening mammogram. Just go do it. Just do it. And
Just do it.
let
exactly.
your fear go and do
Yeah.
it. And
It's like you said, I just throw my arm up. I'm like, okay, we're
Yeah.
done yet.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah, that's right, guys. We're up against a break. You've been listening to the Noon Show on Catfish 100.1. Don't go away. We will be right back. I'm sorry. I don't know if we got off track. Did we talk all about the breast navigator?
no, let's talk about breast navigators.
We gotta
Let's
get
go-
to that. We
Let's
got-
get back to
got
that,
to
and
get
then
that.
I'll bring that into the
Yes.
multi-specialty clinic and what happens once you get a diagnosis. So we'll
I-
kind of start there.
I'm gonna not.
No. I think
I need to let you. He's got to do a commercial,
I'll do quick.
and then you'll talk, and then we can
Okay.
do at the commercial at the end and close it out.
Yeah, perfect.
But yes,
Because I
let's
just-
get-
Yeah, because I really want to talk about when you hear you have cancer, then what do you do? How does that impact your family? How do we help you through that process?
yeah, primary care there too. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
talk about
That's good news.
many
Yes.
I
people.
didn't know about it.
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
And Dr. Steele, this guy, he has a additional training in addiction medicine.
Okay.
So he's going to start doing outpatient addiction clinics
Oh my
as well.
gosh!
So if we have time at the very end, if we can carve that in, I'd love to.
I'm
talk
gonna let
about
you
that.
go. I'm just gonna
Okay.
say 1, 2, 3, go.
And we don't have to do Ken today.
Okay, this
So
okay.
we'll slip that one.
But I want to show you a quick note about tomorrow's guest. You're gonna
Okay.
flip out. You see this?
Okay.
I've never heard of it. We'll wait until after the
Okay.
show, but I want to show you the note. I was like,
I went through changing primary care physicians, and it wasn't easy. No, Amit Shaw's my cardiologist, so he sent me to his brother.
Yeah.
So his brother's now my
He's
primary. But to have this
Deal.
new opportunity, that's a big deal.
It is.
I didn't know it existed.
Great.
So see,
Well, I'm glad I'm here.
if I didn't know, that means a lot of other folks didn't know.
That's right. It is brand new.
And if you want me to help connect you with Jenny Vice, happy to do so. I've got her cell phone number and everything.
Great.
You can call us live, 205.
And then we
She's
have a
so sweet.
partnership with Alabama if we have a minute and tie in that Sarah Patterson's coming next if we want to tie in some of the university stuff that we do together too.
Welcome back to the Noon Show right here on Catfish 100.1. Thank you so much for being part of our family, and I hope you're enjoying today's kickoff of our breast cancer awareness series that we believe is extremely important.
It is.
And we hope that you're going to gain knowledge and inspiration and information that will benefit you and your family and your loved ones. So stay tuned. Before we get back to our great conversation, let me remind you, if you want to feel really good and you want a new level of energy, you need to go see our friends at Purify You.
You do.
We love those folks.
We do.
500 Town Center Boulevard, and let me tell you, they have natural therapies that really do work. Because, if you're trying to just feel better, maybe trying to reduce inflammation, perhaps you just want a new level of energy, Purify You can work with you through their natural therapies such as salt therapy, the Power Plates program, which is really beneficial stress on you, and of course my favorite, the massage chair that I in for hours.
It's a really good one, Katrina. It's a
And,
really good one.
And plus, they've got this wonderful line of natural-based nutrients and supplements. And plus, Dr. Brenda Branch, who is a naturopathic physician, can help you design a plan to make sure that you're meeting your goals health-wise. And they know what they're doing. So go see our good friends over at Purify You. I'll be there this afternoon, folks, and we'll be feeling good for the rest of the day.
In the neighborhood.
Go see us at Purify You. PurifyU.com is their website. Check it out. PurifyU.com. Tell them Lisa and Johnny sent you.
You
Yes,
can do
please
that right
do.
after you get your screening mammogram at
Exactly.
Reward
Exactly.
yourself.
Get out
Yes.
there,
I
feel
love
better.
it. That's
Yeah.
perfect, Katrina.
Or go to Hudson Pool Jeweler.
Hey, that's where me and you were going after we got
That's
off the
great
air, right?
therapy.
Right.
That's great there.
That's exactly right. Okay, Katrina, time is drawing short. I really want us to get to the breast cancer navigator program that you all have. Can
Yes.
you please fill us in?
Yes, our nurse navigators actually meet people where they are when they hear the words, you have cancer. And what we want to do is eliminate the amount of time between a woman hearing those words and she and her family and her physicians all agreeing on a plan of care, the what's next. And
Right.
what our navigator helps to do is to eliminate fears. And we have kicked off a new multi-specialty interdisciplinary clinic so that women who get a diagnosis, let's say on a Thursday, by Tuesday can be meeting with a medical oncologist, a
Wow.
radiation oncologist, a surgeon, and the nurse navigator, so that they're not trying to do all of those individual appointments. One, the husband might be able to go, one, the daughter might go, one, somebody had to get a ride from church. And so it's so hard for patients who are having so much emotion to be able to hear all of these things.
They coordinate the appointments?
Yeah. Oh, you have one appointment. Everybody's in the same room at the same
I'm
time.
sorry, what?
Yeah. So all the physicians get to talk about the plan of care with the patient and the navigator. So then the navigator hears, the patient and their family all hear together, and they say, gosh, maybe we need to do some radiation before we do surgery. Oh, wait, maybe we just need to do surgery and then some chemo. So just because you have a medical oncologist and a radiation oncologist doesn't mean that you would need both, but everybody gets to sort of weigh in on the care so that it eliminates the amount of time for patients to try to get different appointments that fit into schedules. And so we want to compress that time so that patients understand a plan of care that
I've
they
never
can
heard
agree
that,
on
and it's
sooner.
so efficient.
Well,
That is
we
incredible.
have just started that program, and we're very proud of it.
You should be.
And then I would also say the other piece is, and this is for some people that are going through treatment now, and those that have a new diagnosis, we have also started and partnered with the University of Alabama Capstone College of Nursing, and we have a nurse-led supportive care clinic. And that clinic is really a palliative care visit so that it allows patients and families to sort of work through the emotions that they're feeling as they're either entering treatment or as they are up against barriers of treatment.
Right.
I have a friend that just called me, and her husband had stage 4 stomach cancer, had already lost a leg, was just really upset, and he wouldn't eat, and she was very frustrated. And she said, Katrina, that place saved my life. She said, now I know I'm supposed to be mad at cancer, not mad at him.
Oh.
And not mad at him because he wasn't eating. He wasn't feeling well. So how do I love him through this? How do we get through this stage of our lives? And Christy Acker is the brainchild behind it, but the dean, Sanford at the College of Nursing, has been wonderful to work with. And so that is a unique attribute to our Manderson Cancer Center that other centers really across the country don't have.
I've never heard of that.
And that is brand new. And Dr. Acker also will bring fourth-year nursing students, and they will participate and observe the kind of conversations so that when those nursing students leave, they are palliative care ready, trained nurses. And one of the things through the Big Beautiful Bill, there's a Rural Health Transformation Plan opportunity that's going to be $100 million in each of 5 years for every state that turns in a plan. And if we talk about how much money spent on end-of-life care and ensuring that people have palliative care conversations and hospice conversations sooner for the later stages of cancer care, these are really important conversations. And it's so much better when you have the first one when you're an early stage diagnosis, not
Of
because you're
course.
worried about hospice care, but you're really worried about
Precisely.
survivorship and how to put yourself in the best mind frame to receive that care. Our nurse navigators can help get those appointments when they're convenient for family. The nurse navigators help to ensure that social workers are included, that counselors are included. If patients are fearful for financial reasons, they can connect them. There are pharmacy drug replacement programs available. And so we want to eliminate any of those barriers that would prevent particularly a woman going through breast treatment, but really any of our cancer patients at the Manderson Cancer Center might be going through. So our navigators are so important, and they're great for when, I forgot what they said about this. And so the navigator is with you all the way. Make sure you get those appointments, remind you of those appointments.
Like
and it's
a-
really
yeah.
like having
Sounds
an
like-
advocate.
Yeah, an advocate, almost like a healthcare concierge
Yes.
in a way.
That's
You know what
right.
I mean?
And
Yeah.
it is. And
Yeah, I like
we are
that.
so proud. Tamara is doing a great job. She actually was saved by the scan. We actually did a billboard section advertising our importance of getting scans.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a survivor, and she is just so energetic. And she also adds that extra element of, I've been there, ladies.
Yes.
I'm going to help you through this. And she's such an encourager. And I would say so many of our caregivers at the Cancer Center are. And I truly believe that our cancer center needs to become a destination. It needs to be a place that people who have gone to other academic medical centers or other well-known cancer centers would come for a second diagnosis. We are really building our physicians, our clinicians, all of the folks over there, and our package, I think, is really important. You think about transportation and nutrition and all of the supportive care things that go on around a patient going through cancer. We really want to proactively address as many of those as we can.
Yeah, I'm going to endorse that destination idea because, number one, you're at home.
That's
You're
right.
in your own community.
Yes.
And again, what you are doing, you're visionary in that you're creating opportunities to remove barriers. You're certainly dedicated to excellence in care,
Yes, sir.
and it ought to be
Which means that we're not going to do everything that an academic medical center would do, but we're going to do neurosurgery well. We're going to do heart surgery well. We're going to do urology well. We're going to do cancer well. We're going to do so many things well for our community. And if you have to go down the street, we want to make sure that there's coordination of care so that you can come back. If
Right.
you have to leave for surgery, you can come back for the remainder of your care. And anyway, we'll continue to recruit physicians that help keep more of that here completely. But we're really pleased with where we are and just looking forward to the future. I really feel like it's really bright.
one thing I heard you talking about the navigators. It also reduces misinformation and miscommunication.
That's
because
right.
Everybody's in the room at the same time, hearing the same message.
And that's invaluable.
And that is absolutely essential, especially if you've got fear.
That's
to start.
incredible.
And if you've got one sister who really feels strongly about something, she's going to say, the doctor said that and it was really
That's
important.
right.
Where the other sister kind of wants to take a different approach and might be like, well, are you sure they really said that? Did they say it like they had to, or was that optional? And I think it
that
really
makes sense.
helps. It keeps everybody honest, and it helps
Mhm.
everybody have the conversation at the same
Everybody
time.
hears the same message.
That's right.
That's
And
right.
it's sooner. That's the thing. You know, the fear, nobody sleeps when mama's got a breast cancer diagnosis.
That's right.
And so when everybody has a
And quite
game plan,
frankly, time's ticking.
that's right. And everybody has a game plan, and it can be
Yeah.
very positive. Very
Yeah,
positive.
and you can move on what you need to do faster.
That's right.
Oh
And
my
then the
gosh.
community support, friends and family know how to support you better, and not be afraid to call and ask what's next. How'd that doctor's appointment go? The plan can be communicated, and all the other love and support and prayers can continue.
It's so nice to know that no one walks this journey alone.
No one should have to walk this journey.
No,
And
they
our,
sh- they
and our
shouldn't.
navigators ensure that they don't. And I do feel like that our cancer center provides the kind of care that even survivors that come back to just, many of them want to volunteer, and many of them just come back to be encouragers. Facilitate the painting room. We have a stress painting room.
Really?
In the floor, yes. And so
How does that work? What do you mean a painting room?
there are canvases in there and colors, and so patients can go in, or our family members, just to kind of decompress. And
So it's a therapy.
yeah, just a
I
self
like
therapy.
that. A little bit of a
Yeah,
an
that doesn't take long.
escapism.
That's right.
And when you're going through something like this, you need that. You need that therapy. You need that emotional system to work.
That's right.
And you guys are obviously addressing that in a very high level.
Well,
Very high level.
we're proud of what we're doing, and just look forward to continuing to enhance the services that we have as we're working to regain the trust of the community every day.
Would you repeat those walk-in hours? This is at both DCHs, right?
Yep, at DCH Regional and the Northport facility, it's 9 until noon and 1 until 2:30. And so those are every weekday from 9 until noon or 1 until 2:30. And we've got, and the new parking deck's open at Regional, so you can park right there and walk straight across and right into Imaging in the back. And
That's
Northport is
awesome.
very easy to get through as well. They do an excellent job. I have had mammograms since I've been here in both of those, so I highly recommend.
Yes, and just make sure you have a doctor's order, but they can take care of that too.
That's right.
Yeah, no doubt.
We
Yeah.
need the Katrina to stay here for 2 or 3 more hours. You
I
don't have to come back.
will come back, but I will
Please
say
do.
I've done a lot of interviews, but I've not been anywhere for a whole hour. So this has been I was worried about it, but then I got here and y'all make it so easy. So
Well,
thank you for what you do for our community
and
and
we're
helping
going-
to spread the
And
word.
we'll be soon going to
Thank
2
you.
hours.
Awesome. Congratulations.
And,
And
as soon as
congratulations
As soon
on
as
y'all's
the
success.
studio is ready, we're going to 2 hours.
That's
But,
awesome.
Anything we can do. Town Square Media loves DCH. We support
They're
you
great
any way we
partners.
Yes.
can.
Thank you so
We
much.
love being your partner. So
Yes.
please call on us anytime.
I will. And if I can ever do anything to help you, you let me know.
Thank you so much, Katrina. We really appreciate you being our first guest for a breast cancer awareness series. I'm going to have to close this out now. Can you believe it went so fast?
I can't.
It's
But
crazy.
Thank you for
isn't
having
it?
me.
Thank you for coming. So, guys, I'm going to close this out, but I want to remind everyone, don't forget to spay or neuter your furry friends and keep those tails wagging with up-to-date vaccinations. This is Lisa Jones signing off for the Noon Show, but before we go, I'd like to wish everyone a splendiferous rest of their day. See you on the radio tomorrow.